Disenchantment is a show that I've reviewed before, but I kind of wanted to do a full series review in one video because Futurama is coming back soon. In July or August, I can't remember which date it was. King of the Hill's coming back soon too as well, so I couldn't remember which one's which. Point is, it's coming back. And we had it kind of leaked out there that one of the episodes is titled "A New New York Yankee in King Elfo's Court" or something like that. So very obviously, we're getting a Futurama and Disenchantment crossover to some extent. Well, I'm so excited about this. But I thought it was great to do a video rewatching the show and kind of my thoughts with the show. I think this show is fantastic. It's a really sad show in the sense that when this show came out, it was a big deal, right? Because Netflix was just on a roll with adult animated shows like this and a BoJack Horseman, and people were really, really excited. Matt Groening's doing another show. You're like, Futurama, Simpsons, let's go. And it's fantasy. Fuck yeah, let's go. And I think a lot of people watched the first few episodes and said, not for me, they passed. Now, obviously, the show was successful still. It did run for 5 seasons. But let's be honest here. If this show was not created by Matt Groening, would it have lasted 5 seasons? And I think the reality to that answer is no. I think this show would have been canceled immediately. Because this show does take a while to get its footing. And I do think that as the show went on, it got stronger and stronger. And I think that if people did really fall in love with this show, but in the end, if this was a show coming out on Netflix, would have canceled it pretty quickly. And I think that I do want to encourage people, if you did not watch Disenchantment when it came out, or you watched the first season or just the second season and then gave up on the show, go back. This show's really good. Season 1 and Season 2 are the weakest seasons. Let's just get that out of the way. Season 1's biggest problem is that it felt so much like other Matt Groening shows like Futurama, where it just kind of felt more of like, okay, we're doing random shenanigans in this kingdom. But some of these characters I just did not vibe with at first. Like when you're first introduced to Elfo and shit, you're like, no, I don't really like Elfo. There were grander mysteries being set up from the very beginning, and you could tell that. I mean, in the first episode, you see Freckles in the background in the very first episode. Crazy foreshadowing of things, right? So this was a show that was clearly built from the beginning to become the show that it was, but it just took so much to get there. It was kind of just going through the main stuff. And by the end of season 1, it finally felt like we were branching out of that. We're doing more story stuff, and lore, like that great episode where they're going for the elixir of life and going on this grand quest. I'm like, fuck yeah, I want and seeing more new locations and stuff. Great. And then you get to season 2, and it started off, we're doing grander stuff, but then it went back to business as usual. And those were my least favorite parts of season 2. Where season 3 never let up. It never stopped going. Season 4 did the same. And season 5 was probably my least favorite out of the last 3 seasons, because I do feel like some of the story beats, the way they wrapped them up, felt a little like, what? I really didn't like the way they wrapped up that one dude in Steamland who was obsessed with Bean. I have no idea what the point of his character in the show was overall. I do really like Steamland and some of the unique lore it presents to Disenchantment, but at the same time, I don't know. It felt like to me Steamland was a way that maybe if they wanted to connect Disenchantment to Futurama, that's how they would do it, and maybe that was the point. But to me, it just definitely did not feel great watching that to the end, because I'm like, okay. But there was a lot of great jokes and moments within that I really enjoyed. But, I just felt like that was a little bit weird. And the as it kept going, I feel like the show did end on good notes for most of the characters. Didn't really get the the ending with Bean not being able to say goodbye to Alpha. That felt a little disappointing. I get it was within Bean's character, but I'm like, okay, could have wrapped that up a little bit better. But overall, this was a really good show that evolved into a really good show. And as the show went on, the great comedy of Matt Groening felt like it got better, and it was great. And I laughed a lot more as the episodes went on. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts.